welcome in. This is Fine Moon Rising, and this is Libra's June 2025 Tarot and Energy Sigil. So I'm going to be pulling cards for you to direct the sigil. Sigil is going to be your June energy. You do have the Strength card, followed by the Six of Coins, and then several other cards fell out. You did have the Magician coming, as well as the Two of Wands, as well as the Emperor, and the Nine of Pentacles. And what do all these cards tell me about your energy? Is that energy conservation is very important to you. Organization and control of any kind of systems. So keeping tabs on your finances, also keeping tabs on your health. How are you feeling in the day? Energy fluctuations, where are you donating your time and the like. With the Magician, you can use your gifts to your advantage in a new start. Also, you will be ruling things with empathy. You are going to be, I love Libras. They're just that way. You're very empathetic souls. And so you're not going to be just, pointing and telling people to do things without giving them a reason. Also, by the end of the month, you will gain independence, especially money-wise. Okay, for your sigil, though, I chose I am in control. And so what I did here is take out all the vowels and use the consonants to create a sigil. You can do this at home if you'd like. Just you can draw it however you feel like. It doesn't matter. You don't need to copy mine. Do your own. Be creative. Choose a sigil. Okay, so I'm drawing it out right now, and then we will be transferring it onto the paper, and I'll be using an oil pastel. I'm using the Sakura oil pastels, because they are very smooth and you can just really blend anything very well. Okay, so your sigil, I am in control. Let's check out your astrology, and then we'll cut away to some tarot. Okay, so you'll be seeing the tarot cards shortly, and I'll show them twice, so you'll be able to see them. Okay, for your astrology, I'm not an astrologer, but there's going to be focus on travel. If you're interested, there's somewhere that you're thinking that you need to go, thinking that you want to go, something like that. Here are your tarot cards. You will be traveling. There will be opportunities to travel. Now, this could be astral travel if maybe you just you're into that instead. Meditation, I think, is going to be very important in the month of June. I'll explain at the end. So, all right. So this is going to be a huge time of expansion, both, financial, just expansion in general of yourself. It's like you're more open to opportunities. You're more open to learning. You're also more open to any kind of life changes that are very expansive. Meeting new people, new love. If you want love, it's on the horizon. You could take it. Now, we do need to make sure anybody that you meet on your path, and I feel like you're going to be very social, that you need to make sure that they are fitting into your life goals. I feel like you have these life goals. They're already set. They're already within you. You see them. You know them. Inside in your heart, you know what you want to do. However, do these other people fit? How do they fit? And it's not just, what they can do for you type thing. It is more just like, are they going to be with you as you move? Like, what if you do have to move? Because there is a push on, maybe you do have to move for career. Maybe there's another opportunity. Maybe it's just across town, something like that. Or you are changing your environment around to accommodate your expansion. I think you're growing business-wise as well as in your personal life. Things are going to be speeding up in your career, very big shifts. Let's see. Jupiter and Cancer, focus on career. Yeah, major life changes. That might be possible. But it's more career-wise because that's part of your goal, okay? And then we talked about, it's time to be really logical and honest with everybody in your life. Just put it out there and see what happens. So if you have any concerns about people not coming, along with you for the ride, completing your goals and things, just put it out there. Tell them where you're headed and see if they're on board. That's it. That's all you have to do. So since things are speeding up for you, please maintain your health. If you have ADHD or anxiety, any of those things, no rash moves, only logical moves. Plan things out if you need to. De-stress, please. Meditate, exercise, and try and eat well, please. In June, just take care of yourself. You deserve it. And with everything speeding up, you really do need to maintain that balance. Okay, let's move into the tarot. And you'll see the tarot cards again, probably towards the later end of the video. But we are starting with overall energy of the Knight of Cups, the Justice card, and this Three of Swords. I believe the Justice card is just reminding us that, hey, you're a Libra, but also that you need to maintain a balance, right? And we did talk about that with health. You have the Knight of Cups, so something you're very passionate about, and I believe it just goes in line with your life goals. So something you just really get on board with is going to spring up in June. I think, you already have those life goals set. It's just now you're just really going to start taking advantage of this energy, okay, for movement forward in career, but also romance. You're interested in fiery, passionate love, so that can be available to you. You will be attracting people on your path that are of the same like mind regarding that. Okay, you do have the Three of Swords. Not everybody's going to be on board with your goals. That's just the long and short of it. That's just how things happen. So if you do have to make a move and somebody is not willing to go with you, well, then that's it. That's what happens. They're not a bad person. You're not a bad person. Just need to move on. Okay, in your past you did have the Page of Cups, so kind of a little enlightenment that's pushed you forward. So a little opportunity showing up for you, and that's what spurred all this change on. Okay, you do have the World card, of course. That's your starting point, and that makes total sense because you are stepping into really fulfilling your destiny, really fulfilling your goals at this time. And so you're putting that energy forward. You do have the Four of Coins. You might be holding back. Okay, that you might be holding something back, like in reserve, and as far as accomplishing your goals, no reserve. Just go for it at this time because the energy is available to you. However, and again, we talked about that meditation and just like you need an hour at least or something of downtime because there may be travel, if you're traveling or something like that, stop in a coffee shop, stop in somewhere that is kind of relaxing for you. You can just like zone out for a moment. That's nice and safe. Anything like that. If you need to join a yoga class, do that. Okay. Whatever kind of helps you decompress because everything's going to be so fast in June. All right, in your subconscious, you do have this star, and the star is that rebuilding energy. So it's a very peaceful time. It's so peaceful. And I feel like that's why you're able to make these big moves is because you feel like this is so healthy and good for your soul, so good for your heart, and that's why you're able to just go forth, okay? You do have the Five of Coins, though, in your conscious reality. I think, I really just feel like somebody, and there's the cards showing up again for you. I really feel like somebody's just not on board, or a group of people, you're kind of leaving them behind, and I think it's just necessary, unfortunately, and it's just it's so sad, but I feel like just not everybody's going to be on your same page, but I just feel like this change is very warranted, very needed, and it's part of your destined path. So I feel like just talking things out, being very logical and straightforward will be a very good idea for you. Okay, in your future, you do have the Lovers. So, love on the horizon if you would like it, but also it's things coming together for you. It's very transformative energy. This is a Gemini energy, of course, and it is that two kind of unalike things coming together. So if you do meet someone on your path, or, if you're embarking on a career path that is just not like something you've ever done before, you're a bit uncomfortable, but just know that this is kind of where you're going to meet the most growth and expansion in your life. Okay, it'll allow you to grow exponentially. You do have the Empress. You've been coming at things very much like, I can do this, beware of overconfidence, come at things with a learning mind and you'll be great. Okay, you do have the Two of Cups as your environment. Again, stuff coming together, things really just coming together for you. I feel like this is a very lucky, very fortuitous, very wonderful time for you. And I think it's just, you're so excited. You'll be more excited in June than you have been. I do see the Hanging Man. Okay, that is that time out. Make sure you are kind of realigning your perspectives. So seeing things from multiple angles, you kind of have to embody that Gemini card, that Lovers card, and see things from multiple angles in order for you to really feel like, you've touched all bases. You've covered all you need to cover as you're moving through this great big change. Okay, so it is taking that time out, again, like walking meditation, anything you can do to just calm your mind, recenter yourself, and make logical decisions from there is very, very important. Okay, it will just really adjust your perspective on everything. All right, and make sure you're kind of like heart, mind, and soul are all okay with what you're doing. You do have the High Priestess at the end, which is kind of like a funny ending for you, but I feel like this is part of your expansion. It is that like almost scratching, I feel like scratching that need. Like there's a desire that you wanted, like a goal that you wanted to, you know, because you have these life goals. They're ongoing, and I think you just recognize them. But I feel like this is now scratching kind of that itch, you know, scratching that you know, you have those goals and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I'm accomplishing them, and it's so exciting. So I feel like that's kind of your energy, is just that initial excitement. Don't get too excited. Again, be logical, take care of yourself, monitor your energy, that kind of thing. But there's that lovely high priestess where you're just gonna start expanding and learning and growing, and you might develop some sort of gifts, you know, intuitiveness, greater intuitiveness, some psychic abilities, whatever it is that you kind of gravitate towards. That's probably going to emerge for you in the end of June. Okay, if you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe. See you next time, Libra.